Welcome back, y'all. It is day 22 of the 30 days of dance training, and today we are working on footwork. So footwork is very, very useful for our dance because it completes our body, right? It helps us to move whatever we want to say with our dance around the floor, bring it to people, bring it further away. It helps us to navigate ourselves over the floor and still dance properly and keep our rhythm, which is also a thing. It helps us to keep rhythm in our legs. It helps us to keep flow in our movement, isolation. It is just very valuable and it's really freaking cool, right? So what I want to share with you guys today is 3 techniques that I use to create my footwork, sorry. We already worked on it a little bit, or we already used a certain part of it a little bit in another class, which was the 4 panels, which was based on stepping onto panels, right? Which is a big portion of my footwork. But then, of course, there is also a lot of other things that you can do with the legs, with the feet, and play around with on the floor. The 3 things that I want to share with you guys today is the 3 techniques called slide, glide, and heel toe. For some, this might sound very familiar, and you probably already know it. And for others, this might be a very new thing, or you probably haven't practiced it in the way that I'm going to give you right now. What I'm going to teach you guys is pretty simple. In my book, it's pretty simple, and a lot of y'all probably already practiced this before. However, I still hope that I'm going to be able to give you a different perspective on how you can build your own footwork by implementing these 3 base movements, because these are the base of any footwork. You have your steps, your taps, then we have our slides, our glides, and our heel toes. And I believe that most footwork is created of these different aspects. So once you practice this whole spectrum, you can basically just learn whatever you want. You can take your house, you can take your Chicago footwork, you can take whatever you want. Of course, they specialize more, so this is more a general idea. When you go into those styles, it becomes a little bit more, a lot more specialized, of course. But with this, you can just get a good base and a feel for what you could do with your legs, and then in turn, either specialize yourself in one of those styles or just continue to search around in your own methods and ways. I myself use it, of course, in my own way, and the same can be for you. So I'm not telling you to do my style or any style. Just have fun with this class and see how you can use these different aspects in your dance. I'm going to give you 3 basic techniques or foundational techniques, and we are going to play around with them, freestyle with them separate, and at the end we bring them all together to have a nice little, you could say, system of movement that we have with the legs so that we can play around with our footwork ourselves. So let's get it started. So for this class, for this first part, we're going to work on our glides first. So a glide is basically a slide of the leg using our weight shifting to create a certain effect, to create an illusion of gliding over the floor, right? So we all know the basic backslide, where you slide to the back to create this illusion of going forward, backwards. I don't even know what the illusion is, but it just looks really interesting if I slide to the back or to the side like that, right? Now, I'm not going to show you the basics like that. I want to show you a pattern that you can practice to basically create variation on the floor and move into different directions. So we're going to take a plus, and we are going to work on our glide in the plus. We start on the front. It's really, really simple. I step forward and I bring back. At the same time, I raise this toe. Really basic, I know, like that. Take the other side and step back. Like that. That's all. Now, to give it effect, you play around with how you shift your weight. So what you do with your leg, as well as how you stand above this, creates a lot of variation on what it looks like. For instance, if I lean backwards, you see what that does? It creates a completely different movement. If I, for instance, don't step, stop, and then move, but continue, also creates a completely different movement. So now I'm not putting my weight onto this leg. Here, boom, 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 boom. I'm putting my weight onto that leg. Here, I'm not putting any weight onto this leg. So you can play with how you divide your weight, how you stand, to try and search for an effect that you like to have inside of your glides. Okay, so we have the front, boom, A, boom, A. From there we go to the sides. So very simple, side step, and then bring it in and bring that other leg up. I'm not gonna take too long for this because it's pretty straightforward, and I feel like a lot of people already practice this. So I'm not gonna go too deep into it, okay? Or too detailed into basic movements. There we go. From there, we go to the back. So for the back, what you do is you step, and then same thing, you bring it up. Okay, I bring my toe up or my heel up as it comes in. Step, up, step, up, step, up. That's all. It sounds like I'm making a commercial for the movie Step Up, but I'm not. Boom, boom, boom. That was no shade, by the way. I watched that. Get those toes warm. Stumbling over my words there. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the front, the side, and the back, put it together. So front, front, side, side, back, back. Front, front, side, side, back, back. Back, back, last one, front, front. I try to play around with how you shift that weight. Okay, cool, simple. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to alternate. So I'm gonna start with one leg in the front, then switch to the side, then to the back. And of course, it keeps alternating, so that means I start left front, right side, left back, right front, left side, right back. Okay, let's do it again. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, A, boom, A, back, and front, side, back, and front, side, back, front, side, back. Okay, now we're gonna change the tempo, do it a little bit faster so that we get warm. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Okay. Last one. Okay, do the same tempo, but alternate. So that means front, side, back, front, side, back, front, side, back. Okay, let's try it together to the music. Let me wait for a second. Okay, here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back, front, side, back, front, side, back, front, side, back, front, side, back. Okay, nice. So, this is how I practiced getting that feel for my glides, standing still and playing around with the different parts, the different directions. This is not a basic class, so I'm not going to teach you how to glide sideways too much. But if I had to explain it just really quickly, all you have to do is raise one leg, and you could say, pull this leg in with the other leg. So I pull in, boom, From there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch, right? So one toe, one knee, or sorry, one toe, one heel, right? I'm going to open up, bang, as if I'm doing a heel toe, open up, and then from there, I push out. But of course, when you do it at the same time, it works a little bit better. So I push out just like when I go back, like that, right? Boom. Now I push sideways, and I drop that one right there. After it drops, come back in, switch heel toe, boom, boom, and come in. So like I said, this is not a class about this. It's about playing with the different options a little bit, as opposed to like really learning how to glide. That's not what I'm trying to do, but if you really want to know, that's kind of how it works. Okay, so for now, what I want you to try out is play around just with how you step and glide and can move around with those glides. Okay, so just play around with the different options with the step and glide. Okay? That's it. So play around with that, come back, and then we'll move to the next section. We just did the glide. Now it's time for the slide. So the slide I really love because it creates a lot of nice shapes on the floor. It's really a floaty, very open, airy, and it's just really fun to do because you're just drawing on the floor with your body. So as you can hear it, a slide is just sliding your foot over the floor in a certain pattern, right? So we're gonna take the same thing that we just did. We're gonna take our plus, but this time we're going to slide in the plus instead of glide it back. What does it look like? So I'm going to slide forward, side, back. Easy. Forward, side, back. Simple. Boom, boom, boom. Switch. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. But what makes it really interesting is, for instance, if you bring that toe up again, that heel up again, but now not to glide, but to just emphasize the slide, so you get a bigger, see? It almost feels like I'm doing that upswing leg in the jumping class, where we were jumping up, but this time I just bring it forward and sideways and back. So you want to make sure that it feels floaty. It doesn't stop here. I don't stop it. I just bring it out and back in. So you want to feel like it doesn't stop. It just slows down and comes back. Okay? So that's the tempo for now. I know it starts really simple, but just trust me, it's really fun if you bring everything together. It makes a lot of sense when that happens, okay? I believe I used to use another pattern too. Did I do that? Is that right? Side, side, front, back, side, side, front, back, front, side. Sorry, front, back, side. So front, back, side, switch, front, back, and front. See, so it gives the slide to the other leg like that. Of course, there's a million of patterns that you could do. Oh, my mistake. Front, back, side, switch, front, back, side. That's it. Yes. So what I can do is I can start waving a little bit to create a different way of sliding, for instance. So instead of making it sharp, right, I can basically have a leader. The toe leads like a snake. It leads to where I want to go to. So I get this little wave happening, which is really fun to play around with. And I can, and then if I switch, you get a little different boom, feel to it, you see? Okay, now of course, you can do this everywhere. So besides our straight lines, we can also work on circles. Let's do that for now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move a circle moving to the back, switch to the back, then to the front. So that means I come back and move to the front and to the other side, okay? So to the back, back, front, front, 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 back, back, front, front. Nice. So we take the plus and put the back, back, front, front rotations to that. Boom, boom, or let's do the normal one. So we're gonna do forward, side, back, forward, side, back, and to the back, to the back, to the front, to the front. And we continue with our pattern. 5, 6, faster, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, 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 switch, and back, back, and front, front, and forward, side, back, forward, side, back, and hey. Nice, good. So I do that more times than this. I do it more often. I used to do it more often to really train and get my body used to those circles, which I would advise you if you're struggling with this, to just go over it several times, maybe 3 songs, really get it into your body so that you can actually use it. Of course, if you already have it, this is just a walk in the park. You wake up now, your body is awake, and you can start using this vocabulary and change it up for yourself. That's where we're gonna go with this. Lastly, let's talk about some rotations in space, like that, right? So it's really straightforward. I can either rotate, let's say, with the outside of my leg, right? Boom, or I can focus on rotating towards the inside, okay? So, outside, we're gonna switch, inside, okay? From there, let's see, we could continue to do that, so we can do outside, oh, calm down, Kev, inside, and keep that going, right? Outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Let me talk a little bit calmer, I got you guys. If you wanna make a good rotation, you wanna keep your leg at the same place so that you can control what is happening. Like I don't know what you call that. Is it a compass? In a way, like a compass. You keep it straight there, right? Like that. There is, of course, other options. So what I could also do is I could rotate it and then twist it at the end. So I'm making a rotation, and at the same time, I'm bringing my leg out and making a small rotation at the end. What happens is, boom, bang, you get that one. That is also an option if you want to play around with that, which is, of course, it looks really nice, right? Oh, yeah, it looks really dope. For instance, okay? What we could also do, or what we are going to do, is we are going to go outside, inside, then we switch back outside, oh, and inside, okay? So, let me do it with you again. Step, outside of the leg, switch, inside of the leg, back, outside, switch, inside. Okay, out, in, switch, out, and in, switch, out, in. Last one, out, in. Now if we do that faster, out, in, out, in. Oh, too close to the camera. 5, 6, 7, 8, out, in, out, in, out, in, oh, out, in. So, I know I went a bit too fast sometimes, wasn't at the right angle, but you understand what is happening. I can continue my rotations because of that and play around, right? The very last thing that I want to give you in this section is about really creating figures on the floor. So something that really helped me with my footwork was when I figured out that if one leg, or if I was changing where I was standing and one leg was sliding, I could use that leg to play around with my figures. Like that, see? So if I come to the side, you see that? I just create little ripples right now, right? See that? I just make little rotations, you could say. Whatever I can do, it's just about, or I can do whatever. It's just about making small figures on the floor. See? For instance, I take a straight one, a circle, come to the other side, switch, turn. So I'm just making little figures and using the basic stuff that we just talked about to move around with and continue that path. Right? So even if I would take like the four panels, I could play with that, okay? So that's the slide, and of course, it's infinite. There's so many ways we can slide, right? Just really quickly, I thought about it. In the 4 panels, I can also slide by stepping to a new base. And then in that base, I can do something else, for instance. Okay, so now take a moment to take your slides, play around with them, see what options you have. Just draw on the floor, have a whole lot of fun, and take your time. Just chill. It's not that hard. You got this. Let's go, and then I'll see you in the next section. Okay, you guys, it's time for the last section, which is the heel toe. So the heel toe is just about toes and heels, and basically changing in between them. Now, there's many variations of the heel toe. It's been called a certain step, a move, a technique. There's dances that are called the heel toe. So it has many names, basically, or many definitions to what it is, right? What I define as the heel toe is everything done with the heel and toe, but how I want to teach it to you for now is like this. Let me just say it like that. So we have, of course, for instance, our side to side like that, right? Our V. I have a V, and I keep making a V with my toes connecting together or with my heels connecting together. For some people, this is basic. For others, this is new. So bear with me. We're gonna get there together, okay? So if I stand on one heel and on one toe, just like this, and I change between that is where the heel toes that we are going to do are going to come from. The higher you stand on your toe and your heel, the more beautiful the heel toe will be. If I just shivel to the side without leaving the floor with my heel or my toe, there's a heel toe here, but it's more like a shuffle. It's not really clear, it's not vivid. But if I, see, the higher I make it, the more interesting it becomes. So for now, let's start with a base to get warm to it, right? We have heels, toes, right, left. Heels, toes, right, left. Heels, toes, right, left. Heels, toes, simple, right, left. Speed that up. Heels, toes, right, left. Heels, toes, right, left. Heels, toes, right, left. And heels, toes, right, left. Heels, toes, right, left. Okay, nice, easy. Okay, that's just a base, right, to stand in one spot. Now we're gonna move around with it just a little bit. So I'm gonna show you a few options. This is just technical. This is just to get the legs to practice it, to become aware of it, to work on the foundational movement of it so that you can really freestyle with it. Okay, let's first start with, we started with heels, so let's do from heels out. So that means we come out, out, and on the heels, and we stay there and don't fall. Bang. And then we go back to the heels. So toes out, heels out, outwards, back with the toes, back with the heels, centered. Boom, boom, boom. And back. It's really hard to, to stand and don't fall there. And normally I don't do it slow like this. Boom, boom. But then at least you know how it works. Okay, simple. Faster. Boom, boom, ba, dun, dun, da, dun, dun, da, dun, ga, dun, dun, dun. Moving back. Almost fell there, but I got it. So that's for heels out, or sorry, that's toes out, and then come outwards. The other one starts, of course, with the toes. Let's just move through it a little bit faster. It starts with the heels, goes to the toes, and then the heels come out, okay? So it's the opposite. Boom, boom, heels out, back, and in. Bang, bang, heels out, boom, boom, and in. Boom, boom, pa, boom, boom, pa, boom, boom, pa, boom, boom, pa. So what you really want to do is you want to really raise those heels up, really raise them up. Bang, bang, boom, 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 and those toes too. You want to make them high. Boom, boom, ka, boom, boom, ka, boom, boom, ka, boom, boom, ah. If I continue, ah, hey, okay, cool. Next one. It's pretty obvious, so let's just keep going. To the right side. So one heel, one toe. Like that. I'll do it slow. So I step toe to the right, heel to the left. Toe to the left, heel to the right. Okay? Boom, boom, out. Back, boom, boom, boom. Other side, A. A, so I'm doing the other side now. Ah, stay there. Bang, bang, bang. So we have one side to the right, A, then to the left, A. So, hey, tick, tick, ta, two, two, ta, tick, tick, ta, two, two, ta, tick, tick, ta, two, two, ta, tick, tick, ta, two, two, ta. Nice. Okay, now put them all together. So what we're gonna do is toes out, come back, heels out, come back, to the right, to the left. Okay? We'll do it slow first. 6, 7, 8, out, A, and back. A, and heels. And back. To the right, back, left, and back. Now I know you want to do that a few more times. For some of y'all, you can just do it over yourself, stop the video, do it yourself. But I'm going to do it faster now because, you know, we got this. So, that's the tempo. 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Okay, you can try it out more, of course, but for now, that is the information. There is many more ways. I forgot one, sorry. I need to do this one and then we're done, which is the toes and heels together. So heels, toes, heels, heels, toes, heels. Boom, boom, pa, boom, boom, pa. boom, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom. And there's many more ways you can do it. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes. So I can play around. See, with the different options. I can choose one leg, and there goes the music, turned off, but yeah, I can do one leg, right? Come out, come in. That's actually how I practiced it the most. I practiced moving with one leg so that I could really learn to control and train my muscles so that I could move higher as I would go, right? So I could really raise that heel up so that I know that even if I'm practicing here, that I don't start to shovel and show that definition of, I guess, the raise and setting it down again, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna first freestyle with that a little bit. Take your heels and toes and move around and see how you can use them. There's, like I said, many options. You can jump in them if you want to, which creates a completely different way of using them, right? You can alternate them, but for me, that smooth change is really important though, because it really helps with creating continuation instead of getting, like, for instance, a happy feet groove, you know? But that smooth transition really helps to, see, create more of a smooth, fast footwork looking type of movement. But of course, it's all up to you. So play with that first, and then after that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring them all together. But first, play with it. So that brings us to the last and final section, which is, of course, the full challenge of heel toes, slides and glides, and bring them together. Just make it one big spectrum of movement that you can have on the floor to play around with. For some, this might, like I said, be basic. For others, this might be really difficult, and that's the beauty of it, right? There's something for everybody inside of the 30 days, you know? For me, when I use the heel toes or the slides or the glides, it's all about energy, all about movement to music. So I express what I feel in the music. I don't focus on showing you good footwork. I just apply it to what I hear and what I feel, right? So as you play around with it, just feel the difference between the openness of your slides, right? The nice, I guess, rhythmical thing of your, the nice rhythms of your heel toes, and then I guess the isolative slash illusion, basically the illusion aspect of your glides, and just play around with the different options that we have. And that's how I personally create my footwork in my dance. So I hope that you got something from this class. I hope it was fun, interesting, new, or that you remembered something that you forgot. It doesn't matter. I just hope I was able to give you something fun to do today for the 30 Days of Dance Challenge, of course. Can't wait to see you in the next class as always. So guys, have a nice evening, morning, and whatever time it is in your country. And for now, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.